Now let's talk about the scope of the variable and the methods. Variables inside of the classes are called properties. So we have three different types, three different scopes. First one's a public. Let's create the first property or attribute, as some may also call it, called name, and assign the value of whatever you want. I'm going to put my name. Next one will be protected, which will be email, and we put some dummy email address, dummy domain.com. Then we have private, and the private will be address, some dummy address. Okay, so we have three different scopes. They also apply to the methods. Now, public scope allows us to call this specific property or method outside of the class. So if we go back to our index.php, after the run method, let's use our instance of the class, core, and we will call our name. Now let's have a look at and see that I'm not using actually the dollar sign before the property name, because when you're using them outside on the side of the class, you simply drop the dollar sign and you only use this the name of the specific property. Okay, so we calling now this name, but obviously this is just a property, so we need to echo it because we have value, but I need to echo it if we want to see it in the browser. So if we open our index.php page, you can see the value has been outputted to the browser. Now, if I want to use email, let's use it and see what it's going to give us. If we change name to email, hey, we've got a fatal error. You cannot access protected property. What does it mean? Basically, apart from the public, public is the only scope that allows you to use the specific property or method outside of the class, as I've already said it. Protected allows you to use the property or the method inside of the specific class, but also in a class which extends this class. By extending, I'm referring to something, the situation like this. Class, let's say, order extends core. And now, what is happening is all these properties which are public and protected, same as methods with the same scope, are also available inside of this order, new order class, because it inherits all these properties and methods. The only thing is you cannot use private properties. They are only available for the core, for the class within which they are instantiated, they created actually. So you won't be able to use private. If you want this class, the properties and methods to be used inside of all the classes which extend this specific class, then use protected. Or if you want them to be available outside of the class when you when you instantiate the class and then be able to output the value directly on a page, then use a public. As I said, that's exactly the same situation with the method, so you can have a protected method as well as private. So that's how it works. Because we're calling this run function, as you saw, we call it on the page after instantiation of the class, we obviously have to make it public. So that's basically how it works. So if we remove this code, we can also remove all these properties because we won't be using them here. And let's move to the next video when we're going to continue actually with our run method.